One, it is hot as hell. Two, I don't know where I want to go. And I am just off to a random walk, but I felt like stepping outside of the office, going for a little walk, recording whatever. I really think I might just do some French fries and a sweet tea from Chick-fil-A, but I have no idea if that's the plan, but we'll figure it out.
Good morning, it's me, Luis D. Martinez, and I am here to talk to you about how I deal with loneliness. Now, let me be very clear here. I have a loving family, I have a lot of friends, and I appreciate those two sides of my life. I want to talk to you about romantic loneliness and then overall loneliness, but I have a loving family. I have great friends that keep up with me, that I text every single day. That side of my life is great. I'm not lonely, but again, romantically, I am. So let me give you some context. I was in love, went through a bad breakup, things happen. She's not a bad person. When you are in love, this is the game that you sort of playing, or the bet that you sort of gotta wager, right? You're gonna lose that person no matter what, be it through them leaving, you leaving, or a loss of a life. And that's just the reality. While you are with that person, you gotta love them. You cannot chase perfection, if that's what I'm trying to say here. You gotta love them for who they are, flaws and all. You can correct some things, you can talk about some things, you can develop some things, because that's the purpose of a relationship. Communicate with a total stranger and try to make it work out, right? So, long story long, went through that bad breakup. You know what comes with that: heartbreak, depression, feelings hurt, emotional roller coaster, right? Now, as a guy, what I did, I went through all that, I sat down. I am not bitter, I don't hold grudges, I don't care about the past. The past is the past. You learn from the past and you move forward. I started to go on this journey. It was extremely tough. I'll talk about it later on, but it was extremely tough. I had to really sit down, stop moving, stop thinking, and really focus on what I was doing. What was this stage of my life, this new journey? What was it gonna be about? How was I gonna define myself and find myself? Because again, when you are with somebody, you lose yourself to a point. And that's just the nature of being in a relationship. You sort of lose your identity a little bit, right? So I chose to be celibate. I am currently celibate. I've abstained from sex because it's not on my radar. Don't get me wrong, sex is a great thing. Also, I am straight. I am not bisexual or gay. There's nothing wrong with that. I've heard these conversations because I don't talk about relationships. I don't talk about sex on social media. I try to keep sexual stuff from attaching itself to me, right? So to get back to the conversation, celibacy has given me this route of self-discovery, self-love. You start to really define yourself, really find who you are, what makes you you, what is your North Star, how do you align with life, what do you want out of life. And this journey is very important for everybody to go and experience at least once in their lives. Because as a guy, the general stereotype is that men gotta sleep with as many women, blah, 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 get it out before they settle down. Look, you do what you wanna do, whatever makes you happy, go for it. If you need to sleep with 3, 4, 5 people at the same time, go for it. Protect yourself, wear a condom. They're not expensive. Wear a condom, right? But I started looking at myself. I wanted to not be a stereotypical guy. I don't text people. I don't try to convince women to sleep with me. I don't have nudes. I don't watch pornography. I don't do nothing that's sexual. I don't do self-pleasuring. I'll tell you very simple. I'm not into porn because it's the same beginning, middle, and end. I don't masturbate. TMI, but I live with my mom, man. I'm 33 years old. I'm not gonna sit here and play with my little Crayola. That's just not where I'm at. My mind is on things that require brain cells. People ask me all the time, do you have needs? Yes, I do. I have the need to be better. I have the need to chase progress. I have the need to not waste time. I have the need to build the future and the life that I actually have always dreamed of. And again, there's nothing wrong with porn. It's just not for me. There's nothing wrong with masturbation. It's just not for me. I don't know what else to tell you. It is a lot of TMI, but I just want to be honest. Now, again, with celibacy, it's giving me the composure to be mature. When I talk to women, I don't want to talk about sex. Sex is the least interesting conversation that I can ever have. Don't send me no pictures. I don't want to see no nudes, none of that. Because again, there's this whole entire mindset that you talk to somebody and then within a week's time, you're supposed to be attached like this. I don't believe in that. I believe in finding people, talking to people, and really understanding who they are before you get to all of that important stuff. Sex is super important. You're forming a connection with somebody. I don't want to sleep with random people. I don't have one night stands. I don't want to do none of that. So again, celibacy has given me a lot of clarity. With that clarity has come this self-discovery and self-love. I love spending time by myself. I love doing things at my own pace, not having to keep up with anybody. My phone is dry. The same 3 people call me. My mom, my dad, George. George is my brother. And I'm okay with that. I don't like being on my phone. I don't like sending anybody, what you doing text, what's up, what's good. I don't want to talk to nobody. I would rather invest my time into things that actually matter, like my future. And again, with this journey of self-love, I've started to discover who I am, sitting down at a restaurant by myself, buying a bottle of wine or a beer, and just being by myself. That is pretty cool. Traveling on my own, experiencing the world on my own, and not waiting for anybody. And again, all of this has come as a lesson from, you going through a loss. You have to understand that life is so short. I am a people's person by nature. I love people. I love being around people. I understand that there's certain relationships and certain things that sort of you gotta learn dynamics with life. But I love people. I love learning about people, how they think, what is their perspective on certain things, what position do they take on certain issues, what is their dreams, what inspires them, what drives them. I like to learn that. So again, you learn all of these things when you sit down and just not move, when you don't act on things, when you actually build composure, when you actually build this whole entire dependency on emotional intelligence. That's another topic, but these great things have basically manifested themselves out of celibacy. And for me as a guy, I have 2 lives. I have a social life and a private life. My social life, what you see on Facebook, IG, all that, I love to share life. I love to share things that are meaningful to me. I don't put everything out there. I know people think I overshare. There's just certain things that I don't care about. I don't care about money. I don't care about people thinking that I am this person. I don't care about keeping up with nothing. I share as much as possible. I share knowledge. I sort of try to share wisdom. But overall, I don't want people to think that I am better than anybody. I don't care how much money I get to make in this lifetime. That's not what I want defining me. I want people to say like, man, when I die, he was a good guy. He did this. He was able to achieve this. I don't want people to say, oh, you drive this car, or you live here, or you have this amount of money. All of that doesn't matter. When you die, people only say 2 things. Either you were good or you were bad. And I want people to honestly say like, man, he was a great guy. That's just my aim. My aim is to really leave something behind. So my social life is, I don't know, I'm a social guy. I'm a social butterfly. My private life, I keep a lot of things private, despite the fact that I share so much on social media. Example, if right now I wanted to date, nobody would know. If right now I wanted to fly somewhere, unless I announce it, nobody would know. If I made a career move, nobody would know. There are certain things that I always keep to myself because, again, you also have to have a very private life. People know me for three things: positive, being a positive guy; two, reading; and three, running; four, maybe eating cookies and all that good stuff. But you know what I'm saying? There's certain things that people do know, and I want people to attach my name to that. I don't want people to think about me like this guy's bougie, or he's pretentious, or he's fake, or phony, or lame, whatever. If people think I'm a lame, I'm cool with that, or fake or phony, whatever. I'm cool with that. But I want people to generally say like, okay, I know somebody that likes books. I'm going to go ask this guy about books. Oh, I know somebody that loves running. I'm going to go ask this guy about running. Or I'm going to ask this guy about cookies and cakes, or where to get the best ingredients, whatever. I want those things attached to my name, like positive things. So again, coming back to the topic, loneliness has given me this whole entire perspective on life where you learn about yourself. You learn how to sort of talk to people, communicate with people, and develop much more meaningful and healthy relationships, and also boundaries. There's a lot of things that a lot of people don't know when it comes to boundaries. One of them, and the most powerful one, is learning to say no in a relationship, in a situationship, in a business/professional relationship. Learning when to say no, having the power to say no. And all of this has given me such a toolkit to be a much better communicator, to be a much better and loving person, to be kind, to show empathy, and honestly be interested in who I am talking to and dealing with. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I think about my life. Do I want to have kids? Do I want to get into a relationship? Do I want to have a family? Do I want to get married? Do I want to do all of these different things that society sort of puts pressures on us to do? And the reality is that I am doing everything at my pace. I understand that people have biological clocks and people want to get married, whatever. Man, my whole entire mindset is I want to be able to wake up tomorrow. Life is so short. So many things are going on in this world that it's such a gift to go to sleep and wake up the next day. So many people don't get that opportunity. And we don't understand how much privilege we actually have. I don't think about the future. I think about tomorrow. What can I do here today that tomorrow, resulting in this continuous work, I can come back to it and build on it? I can tell you, yes, in 5 years, I want to get married. I don't know if I'm going to be here in 5 years, or 10 years, or 20 years. We just don't know. You can have all these life plans, but again, nothing is promised until you wake up tomorrow. And that's my mindset. Loneliness is not a bad thing. As a guy, one of the most important things that I'm understanding now is just sitting here, being calm, tranquility, peace, no stress, no drama, no bitterness, no revenge, no anger, none of that. I like going to sleep peaceful. I like waking up peaceful. I like being peaceful. I don't want to have animosity toward anybody. And again, this world, the way it works, relationships fracture all of the time. People have egos. Sometimes people don't want to talk and repair things because it's just above them, and that's okay. If that's how they want to pursue life, you got to let people be people. You cannot sit here and try to convince somebody to do what they don't want to do. You can't convince yourself to do something that you don't want to do. You don't like somebody, you just don't like them. You like somebody, you like them. You have a strained relationship. If it's in you, you should repair it. If it's not, let it be. And as a man, I'm defining myself with all of these different tools. I'm building this toolkit just to understand that when it comes to all of this, your tone matters. Your level of communication matters. How effective you can articulate things matter. If you are in a relationship, it's always going to be a constant problem-solving situation. There's a problem. You got to communicate effectively to who you're dealing with. She doesn't like something, he doesn't like something, you gotta talk it out. You don't talk it out, it creates strain. And again, all of that requires so much energy. Loving somebody requires energy. Don't get me wrong. Love, when it's done right, is magical. You don't have to struggle to love somebody. But when you're building toward that, you gotta go through these ups and downs. You have to go through these ways of being patient, understanding, showing empathy, and really processing what the other person is telling you. Understanding how they view the world. What is their perspective on certain things? Again, I can talk about this all day, but loneliness for me right now equals peace. I am on this whole entire journey to be better. I like that. If I want to run, I can do that. If I want to pick up a book, I can do that. If I want to sit down and just think and be at peace, I can do that. I don't think there's anything wrong with having a wide range of emotions, but developing this emotional intelligence to deal with people, to deal with situations is important. I'm telling you, you see a lot of people that they lose their cool quick. They're always angry. Some people are very pessimistic. Some people are negative in general. Some people are very optimistic. You have a wide range of human beings. And understanding emotions and really processing what's going on is important. Don't get me wrong. Sex is great when you're having meaningful sex. Love is great when you are in love with intention, with meaning, with actual passion. Relationships, they're great when you find somebody that's interesting, that inspires you, that makes you have butterflies. All of that's great. But learning about yourself is great too. And don't get me wrong, I'm talking too much, but yeah, man, loneliness is such a great teacher of so many things. Loneliness has taught me so much. I might do a part 2 because I got to give you a lot more context, but like I said, I just love it here. I love the fact that I can actually sit down and be a much better man and not be a stereotypical guy. I don't want people to define me by how many women I've slept with or what I can do to them in the bedroom. No, define me by community service, by my kindness, by my optimism, my positivity. Define me by things that are meaningful. Don't define me by money or what stuff I have or riches. Don't care about none of that. And again, I'm celibate. I love myself. I'm staying here for a while. I'm not interested. I don't want to text nobody. I just want to talk about books, reading, and changing the world. So yeah, if you are going through a bad breakup, if you are dealing with a difficult situation, word of advice: sit down, endure the pain, talk it out, work it out, whatever, and just find you. If you're losing yourself, find yourself. Sit still and find yourself. And that's that. All right, I'm out. Please don't text me. Don't send me any nudes. Don't watch porn. Do something better. Read a book. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
I failed at this vlogging stuff. I decided just to have lunch and be mindful and think a little bit. But anyway, I'll see you on my run, hopefully, because it's been raining. I gotta get back to work.